You know, there's just something about life that makes you love Squid Game. I mean, there's barely a moment in my day where it doesn't cross my mind. I, for one, cannot live without Squid Game. Because let's be honest, the squid is what gives this game we call life meaning. I really don't know how to start this video, but let me just say Squid Game is a really good fucking show. Watched it in the span of 3 days and it was easily one of the most entertaining shows I've watched this year. And I know that for a fact because I find myself smiling throughout the show. Really says a lot about me, doesn't it? There's like this one scene where a dude straight up says his name is Thanos. I legit had to pause for a moment because I literally was taken aback by how random it was. It was so random and I couldn't think of a better reaction than to just went non-verbal. And then there's the 6 leg game and all I could think about at that moment was the Hawk Tuah girl because they all chanted this weird thing that sounded so eerily similar. You know, I think I need help, guys. But anyway, I'd give the first season a solid 9 out of 10. For comparison, Shogun, one of the best things I've watched this year, gets a 9.5. Season 2 of Squid Game, I'd say it's a strong 8.5. It's not perfect, but it's damn good. If you haven't watched it yet, pause this video and go binge it and then come back. Or actually don't watch it, but yeah, I'm gonna spoil a lot of things in this video. So one thing I loved about the second season is its band of miserable people. This cast, it's absolute bonkers, it's absolute chaos, and I'm all here for it, baby. We've got the crypto guy who scams people, and the people he scammed are playing the games as well, which is quite a cool setup. And then we got Prego girl, who's apparently pregnant with the child of the crypto Sam Bankman-Fried guy. That's pretty cool as well. And then we got Thanos. You know, he does his own thing. And my personal favorite, by the way, the Navy SEAL guy. I mean, the Marine guy. Look, this might be an unpopular opinion here because of what he did in the last episode, but I love the Marine guy. I don't know why, but I just like his sense of humor, and his interactions with the other players are actually one of the best moments from my watch. I know that he's supposed to be a comedic relief character, but there's actually more depth to him than you would actually think. So the Marine guy grew up with 4 sisters, and he was, I think, the first boy in 2 generations to be born, and his dad pushed him to becoming a Marine to make him more masculine. But you can tell that through the subtle cues the show gives off that he's not your traditional Andrew Tate, and it's really amusing for me to analyze him as a person. And I think the show sets him up quite nicely for the 3rd season with the hints that he either has PTSD or that he's pretending to be a Marine. Either way, it's setting him up beautifully for the last season, and I'm hyped to where his story goes. And of course, there's Gi-hoon. Remember him, guys? Gi-hoon? He's like the main character, I think. He's not that red-haired, bubbly, naive guy anymore. He's running on 5 packs of cigarettes and Sigma male advice now. In season 2, he's this super sad, moody, and all he does now is scream, "I said I played these games before!" Yeah. The English dub is still funny, and I'm all here for it. But yeah, the show handles Gi-hoon's transformation quite well, and I enjoyed what he did. I mean, what they did for the 2nd season. There's like this wholesome moment where his friend pokes fun at how much he's changed, and Gi-hoon actually cracks out of his shell for a split second, and it's a really warm scene that I love from the 2nd season. And that's what you call character development, fellas. What I really respect about season 2 is how it plays with your expectations. The first season was a global hit. It's one of a kind story that dropped at the perfect time. Naturally, with this, people expected season 2 to be like a cheap cash grab, but thankfully it wasn't made by an American studio. Sure, some of the themes from season 1 are carried over to season 2, but the execution feels fresh. For example, in season 1, there's this big twist that the old man was an imposter, the one that controls the games or whatever, the owner. And in season 2, the show flips that on its head by straight up telling us who the imposter is, which is player number 1. It's the same theme, but it creates this entirely different dynamic and viewing experience, which I enjoy a lot. And then there's this girl who I thought was gonna play in the games, but turns out she's one of the staff members. It's a really nice and cool twist. I did not see that coming, but I have to admit there are a few twists in season 2 that are more predictable than the other ones I've talked about. But overall, the show did a good job in entertaining me so that I had no time to think about what could happen. By the way, did you predict some of the twists in this 2nd season? Drop a comment down below and let me know. I'm desperate for engagement. Thing is, I love Squid Game and I could talk about it for approximately another 30 minutes. But I'll save my thoughts for the final season when it drops. And I hope that for the final season, they'd focus more on the players and less pass on the games. The games are super cool, but I'm starting to like it now for the players. And please, for the love of all that is good, don't kill Marine Guy, please. You know, season 2 wasn't really a self-contained story because all it did was to build up for like the final season. It's clearly a setup for it, but even as a setup, it's definitely entertaining, and I like it. I like it a lot. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Take care, boys. See you next week.